Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm just letting you
Good.
all know that this lesson is being recorded, so please do not say anything inappropriate. I am also going to be muting you all while I'm going through this as well. So at first, I'm just going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to get started right away. People will be hopping on. You'll be hearing like a ding dong happening. Those are people just logging in. All right. So good afternoon, everybody. So when you guys log into Google Classroom, this is what you guys should be seeing. You guys should be seeing Introduction to Studio Art, period 9. This is how you know you're in the right period. All right. This main page is called the stream page. This main page is the page where you all are. I'm sorry. This is the main information. I gave everybody your time schedules for all your classes. If you have any questions, please let me know. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we were asked to ask you guys to let us know as well. If you guys have any technology issues, please let us know so we can help you out. I understand New York City is doing where they're handing out iPads and computers. Apple and Microsoft has donated them to us. There's a survey that you guys need to fill out, which was sent out on PupilPad. So if you have not logged into PupilPad, make sure you log into PupilPad to get that information. There's surveys that you guys can fill out, which I think they're going to start answering you guys today. For those of you guys, I know some of you guys have been doing the survey and probably have not heard back. Give them to the end of today to do that. Okay, so this is our main page. When you click on classwork, this is where all of your classwork is going to be. All right, so for example, I put an initial activity up for today already. And it looks like 10 people have already answered it. That's amazing. Let me just pull up our slideshow. Just give me a moment. All right, so I'm gonna hit present. You guys all have access to this. I am attaching all this to the days that we're working on. Just waiting for this to load. All right, perfect. So let me start talking to you guys about our initial activity. So for our initial activity, for the first initial activity for the day is in a small paragraph with at least 8 sentences, you guys are explaining how you feel like you have grown as an artist since September. All right. I had most of you since September. If I had some of you guys a little later, it's okay. Just I want to know how you guys feel like you guys are growing as an artist since you've been taking this class. What is one of your biggest struggles in art so far, and how did you overcome your struggles so far? So, for example, a lot of you guys still struggle with value or adding value to an object without just having it just have the outline. I need you guys to add value, whether you're doing in just graphite pencil or if you guys are doing in color pencil, okay? And how are you guys overcoming those struggles? Were you asking me for help? Have you been asking a classmate for help? Have you guys done your own research and done YouTube videos on help, especially like the YouTube videos that I have given you to watch? Or if you guys have just been practicing, how are you guys overcoming these struggles? Since September, which is your favorite project and explain why? We had several projects so far. Just tell me which one you guys enjoyed doing the most. And also, I want to know which one you did not like the most. Which one did you like the least? All right, so let me explain to you guys now how you guys are going to be held accountable for your grade in our class. So for attendance, we need to take attendance every single day. Some teachers are doing it differently. Some of you are taking them as you guys are logging in. I'm giving you guys until the end of the day to submit the initial activity. So when you submit your initial activity for the day, you will get credit for being in class for that day, and I will close it at after 24 hours. Okay. After that, you are absent. All right. We are using an app called Zoom to do our face-to-face meetings. As you can see, I'm using Zoom because I can record these meetings with you guys and then post them up in case you did not have the chance to view, come on class during class time to view the video. So in case you guys are missing any information, you guys can still get that information face-to-face. Okay? All right, so let me go back to the class. Hold on. I have so many screens going on here. All right. So that's that part. So let me go back to, some people have been asking me, how are we drawing? I'm still doing sketchbook assignments because that's my best thing I can give you guys. Okay. I did give you guys a list of supplies you guys should already have purchased since September. You guys were all required a sketchbook. You guys were all required pencils and colored pencils since September. If you did not get that, make sure you had that so that you guys can continue on with this class. So the first sketchbook assignment, which was actually due yesterday, which I actually got some quite amazing work. It looks like 2 more people just turned in assignments that I have to grade. I was just grading them all this morning, so you guys will receive your grade at the end of the day. So this particular one was about the coronavirus. You guys were doing in your sketchbook or an 8x10. If you didn't have a sketchbook yet, you guys can grab a piece of computer paper, white computer paper as well, which is 8x10. I was expecting it in color. Some people did not do it in color. That's okay. This was just the first assignment. Please make sure you guys are reading the directions carefully when you guys are doing this. I want to see how well you guys are still doing your colored pencil techniques, especially the colored pencil techniques that we were doing since the candy project, okay? I want you guys to make the color. I want to make sure you guys were layering. And you guys all should have a turn-in button. I'm on the teacher screen, but you guys should all have a turn-in button where you guys can submit the photograph of your artwork so that I can view it, which I have received some people already. So you can see that people are submitting their artwork. So before I continue with class, I just want you guys, so you guys can get a quick review about color pencils. We're gonna watch this quick little video. In today's video, I'm just gonna fast forward it a little bit. Today's lesson about color pencils. So just give me a second.
Before in past videos, but today I'm going to take you through real-time demonstrations for each. And those 6 essential tips you should know and be practicing are pressure, stroke, layering, blending, highlight, and shadow. And these skills may not come overnight. Actually, they won't come overnight. But keeping each of them in mind when you're working on a page will, believe me, come in handy. So let's get started. Our first topic is pressure. This is how hard you're pressing the pencil tip into the page. Different pressures will transfer different amounts of pigment. Many of us have a tendency to be heavy-handed with our pressure, so if you're having trouble being light, hold the pencil in your hand further back away from the tip. This makes it more difficult to push so hard. Then move your hand further up for medium pressure and even further for hard pressure. With light pressure, you keep your options open for many different techniques such as layering and blending, which we'll get into later. But you'll see that when applying light pressure, the coverage you get is minimal, meaning it leaves lots of white space. So you may need several passes of color to get the coverage you desire. Medium pressure allows you more coverage and more pigment into the paper. Hard pressure applies the most saturated pigment, but limits your ability to layer other colors into it or on top of it. You'll also notice that even though I've used the same colored pencil in all 3 of these circles, I've achieved almost 3 different colors based on the pressure I've used. So this is another useful skill to extend the color range at your disposal. Next is the different pencil strokes you can use. When you color with pencils, your strokes are fairly visible, so you either want to blend those out or use them to your advantage. In the first circle, I'm demonstrating just a standard straight line pencil stroke. If the lines are going to be visible, it helps to have them all moving in one direction in a given area. It's tempting to keep turning the page to get into all the areas, but keeping it consistent will give you a cleaner look, and using consistent pressure can even help you hide those strokes. And you can always blend out your stroke marks later. Next is circular strokes. This can help you get into tight corners or even circles like this one. It can also be an interesting texture if you like the look. And here's hatching or cross-hatching. You do your lines in one direction, then turn the page and do the opposite direction. This technique gives you lots of coverage, and you can even play with the pressure of your lines to add visible texture. Next is layering. Layering is one of my favorite techniques and will make a huge difference if you use this in your adult coloring. Only using one color in a given area can leave your page looking flat, but layering color can add much needed life. You can also accomplish colors you don't currently have by combining two to make a third, like I do here. Watch as I layer these two greens using light pressure to make a third color. Remember to use light pressure with this technique in order to keep the ability to layer as many colors as you'd like. Next is blending, another of my favorites. This technique gives you that ultra smooth, vibrant look.
So when she is blending, she's going to be burnishing.
So I simply copied the above combined green colors into the three circles below, so we're starting from the same point on all three. Luckily, there's several different ways to blend, and all give a slightly different outcome. First, we'll blend with the lightest of the two colors we've already used. You need to use medium to hard pressure here.
So she's burnishing now the color. So remember when we were talking, ladies and gentlemen, that when you guys are doing your coloring process, you're doing it very light. So notice how she did it very lightly first. She barely touched the paper. And you can still see the white part of the paper, which is the tooth of the paper. What she's doing now is getting rid of the tooth of the paper, and she's burnishing, and she's putting a little bit more pressure on her color pencil. And then the next one she's going to use is called a colorless pencil. We've been using white.
Next, we'll use a Prismacolor colorless blending pencil. These are available on Amazon in packs of 2 for just a few dollars and worth every penny. This pencil contains the same wax substance as your colored pencils, but has no pigment in it, so it simply pushes the pigment already there into the adjacent areas and blends them together.
Okay, so I'm going to pause the video here because she's just going to use the white pencil
and last,
next.
We'll use the
and you guys, I attached this to the assignment already, so you guys can actually view that on your own if you need to view that on your own. All right, so before we end class, let me go back to our classwork. So that was the first sketchbook assignment. If you guys can get that done by today, that would be great. So the second sketchbook assignment, all right, I put it here. Let me get the instructions up. You guys can use either just graphite or colored pencil. You need to fill up 80% of your page. So this looks exactly like the format I normally give you. Please make sure you guys are adding value, color, something into your your drawings. You're not just doing an outline. What I'm saying by doing an outline, that you guys are just not drawing lines and that's it, you're done. You have to add value, shading, okay? You have to spend at least 1 hour on your artwork. So your prompt is to draw family members with 5 things that are important to them. So for example, if somebody that's important to me is my sister, so I will draw my sister, and I'm going to draw 5 things that are important to her. So I might, for example, her family. So I might want to draw like a Polaroid picture of her husband and her 2 children. Her job's important, so I might want to draw the logo of her job. just, just things that are important. Maybe her favorite food or her favorite dessert. Things that are just important. All right. I also have attached here, if you haven't noticed, is the sketchbook rubric. All right. Please do not try to edit this piece. Okay. This is how I normally would grade you guys. All right. So you guys can go here to see how I'm grading you guys as well. Any questions so far? You can ask. If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat. What else we got going on here? All right, so today's initial activity. Again, we're going back up. So you guys should be submitting this in paragraph format. There is a turn-in area on. You guys should have it in the upper, what's this? The upper right-hand corner. Like I said, I can see that a few people have already done it. Some of you guys done it in question format. I'm asking you guys to please go back and rewrite it in paragraph format. All right, it should be done in paragraph format, not question format. And I will be telling you guys to redo it if you guys have done it in question format. Okay, hold on now. Let me get all you guys up and going. All right. I unmuted everybody. Does anybody have any questions? Guys, we have 4 more minutes. Anybody have any questions about anything?
No.
Are we all good?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
If you have any questions, there's always comment sections below, which we will be checking on. All right? So I guess I will be ending this a little early if nobody has any questions. Last chance for questions. Okay. So it's great seeing you guys. Have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, I forgot.
Yes, tomorrow. We have school every day.
Oh, I forgot.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.